Taking root like cancer. Shekhiba and Hamidi, as quietly as the roots of plants, were advancing and strengthening their position in Mahan's company and those around them. They stationed 2 people in one of the company's rooms with 2 missions, one apparent and the other secret, as liaisons and representatives, as agreed. One of these agreements, which left their hands free to a large extent, was the security department, which was to find the company's rats and termites and prevent the high severity of the blow and reduce the impact on Mahan's finances and position. They showed him this by showing him several successful and semi-successful examples, all of which depended on the cooperation of the company's president and his honesty. Mahan, seeing what they could do without getting involved in the law and complaints, had accepted their hand with their complete satisfaction, their presence, and their openness. The liaisons left Raha and Arman under surveillance and an information network. The intelligence teams would take action after receiving the messages and, in order not to be exposed, they would replace them with new people and cars every few days, so that Arman, Raha, even Mahan and the people of his company would not have anything left in their minds about a specific person or car. The occasional meetings between Raha and Arman in different places showed their high level of dependence and relationship. The observer was still not sure and did not know whether Nida was a suitable pawn for a multi-layered, dangerous game with a high percentage of dirtiness, or whether he should replace her with one of the girls and even boys who would go to Farah Azad by saying the word F, or find Fariba and Farah Nats, and anyone who was associated with this word and hand them over with both hands. Nida's advantage in her acquaintance with Raha, Arman and the Meshkat family, and her weakness was her lack of high courage, appropriate intelligence at the surface and upper layers, and the lack of penetration and identification of the lower and deeper layers of anything or anyone. For the same several-hour show at that party, several professional children were responsible for training and practicing her. Children who played various roles, from Arman, Mahan, and Raha to the people they were supposed to use cocaine with in that room. Nida had repeatedly ruined the work and crushed their nerves. But in the end, she had come out with flying colors in the final exam. The second problem was the closed and cautious nature of Mahan, Arman, and her family. On what pretext could they have brought a new person into that house and gathered them together? If they had been able to, perhaps Arman, with the intelligence that Raha and Nida had talked about, would have quickly recognized a demon of his female type and pushed Raha to the edge of the pit, and in the long run, he could have disappeared. Tina again assigned another group to give Nida practical training. They had to enter lives, ruin relationships, and get a good amount of money from the client. From forced marriage and cohabitation to being deprived of inheritance or the condition of obtaining it by forced marriage to a certain person. At first, Nida was somehow immersed in a defensive shield and did not know this was the right, moral, and humane thing to do, and was afraid of the consequences. But the coercion of her teammates and a kind of threat and warning from the supervisor forced her to move forward and learn it. Seeing the reports about her performance, Tina smiled. Nida was becoming what she wanted, a full-fledged and professional seducer, after which she had to learn self-defense exercises, attack, and even destroy the target and become a valuable piece.